Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is the newest movie from the Daniel brothers. And first of all, let me just say, you're going to hear a lot of hype about this movie. The ratings are insane right now, and you're going to get a lot of people overhyping it, and the movie is definitely overhyped. And it's because it's very well deserved. Just know that I'm going to talk about my opinion. I'm going to hype it up as well. um, but just if you're interested in watching this movie, I highly recommend this movie. That like go out and watch this movie if you can. It's gonna get a wide release April 8th, so like I think this Sunday or this Friday. Definitely go watch it if you can, or if it's gonna be at your theater, because this is a movie that's definitely worth it. The directors of this film are known for this movie called Swiss Army Man, which is a weird movie about a guy who's on a private island and he finds this dead guy who he becomes friends with. And so yeah, these directors are kind of known for some more weird movies out there. And but like they're weird in like still an emotional way and still like a friendly dynamic slash family friendship love thing. And so it's interesting because this movie is also that, but to the next level. Like their style is like kind of like strange, weird, unique, very creative, but in a heartfelt way. It's like it's really weird to describe their style. And I love Swiss Army Man, but this is no exception to another great movie. This follows like a girl or a woman who starts accessing other versions of herself across the multiverse, and she uses those skills in order to save the world. The story is crazy and it's super interesting, and it's one of the best superhero slash action movies slash comedies slash dramas I've ever seen. And if there's any action movie out there or any superhero movie that's out there, they should follow the style of this movie, because you have characters that embody ideas, and these ideas are kind of like what makes the movie a whole. And I don't want to go into deep of it about it because it's going to spoil kind of like the main message about it. But just know it's a lot about life and our purpose here, and it's kind of like a way of getting peace about us here, but then also what should we do about this knowledge. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting take from a certain perspective. It's what to do about life from this viewpoint. And so that's what this movie explores. But it tells you, it approaches this whole idea, this whole perspective in a very positive way, which is really interesting. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people can actually feel a connection to. The whole story between the mother and the daughter and just this whole family. Like the characters in this movie are really interesting, but the whole dynamic and the message behind the movie is something I feel that a lot of people can attach to. But let me just go into some of the characters. You have one character who is she's the mother. She's like the main superhero. You have the father figure. He's more like a little on the side. He's a little annoying, but he's still a really nice guy, and he kind of helps out the mom and stuff. Yeah, this movie has a lot of epic action in it, and like once the movie picks up, it is going, and it's fast paced, and it's going for like it felt like an hour of just packed action, and we don't get like a single break from that, which is I guess like that's one tiny gripe I have with it, is the fact that it's so fast paced that there wasn't very, at least in the beginning, like the first hour, it's so fast paced that you're not really sure how the movie, or when the movie will go down and like take a little pause. But then there's a lot of moments later on where the story kind of slows down a little bit, but it's still action heavy and still has these really interesting character moments, which I thought was really awesome. I don't think it's boring. Some people might see it as boring. There's quiet moments and more like dramatic, emotional moments, but they're very impactful and they're very interesting. And I don't think they drag the story at all. There's a lot of really cool shots, creative direction, fantastic writing, awesome acting, fantastic action sequences. Just this movie is packed with everything that you want in an action movie. And top of the comedy. The comedy is also great, and every joke lands, like pretty much every single joke. I just found this movie to be super entertaining, but at the same time being very emotional and very deep about what it's trying to say about the world and this perspective that you would have on life. It's very interesting, and if you watch it, you'll kind of understand what I mean. There's a lot of jokes that are kind of setups that have payoffs like later on, like an hour later, which I thought was like perfect because like It's just like when you catch those little moments, they make the whole experience of the movie just like 50 times better because there's so many little things you're like, wait, that's that joke that they were saying. One thing I also really love about this movie is the fact that it's has a budget of $25 million. This is a giant action-packed movie with the best action I've seen in a long time in a movie that has a $25 million budget. The acting is perfect. The directing is perfect. What is going on? Why is this movie so good? It's because you have people who are passionate about the project. You have people who care about what is going into this movie. So when you have people who actually care about the story, when you have someone who has a creative vision for the movie, when they go out and film it, you have people who care. And then there's going to be a lot of effort put into it. That's why the action was so good. That's why the visual effects were so good. Because you had people putting in their heart and putting in all their might into what this thing is to produce a great movie. And this is indie filmmaking at its best. This is like literally an indie movie, but it felt like $100 million action movie, which is just crazy to me. I'd say this is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, since Parasite, since The Green Knight. I 100% recommend this movie to anyone except kids. There's some graphic scenes in it in terms of stuff. So it's rated. It's a rated R movie. Okay, this is a rated R movie. So there's gonna be some scenes and a couple swearing. Not that much swearing, but yes, it's very very good. I recommend this movie. Go watch it. It's a 10 out of 10. And this isn't my Morbius review where I'm making fun of it. This is actually a freaking good movie that has a lot of heart and passion into it. And these are people who care about the movie that they're making. And you can just tell from every single shot that there's so much love. But then also the emotional impact to it. And then also just how much fun you have in terms of entertainment. I don't see how this movie couldn't... Like, there's a reason why critics are loving this movie and why so many people are loving this movie. It has a 4.6 on Letterboxd, which is the highest rated movie on Letterboxd ever since Parasite. That should say something at least. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out this review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Watch this movie and figure out what you think about it yourself. But I'd recommend it, and see you guys next time.